Hello, beautiful people. Today I am headed out to explore the creepiest cave in Oregon, the Malheur Cave. Since 1938, Freemasons have held secret meetings and rituals inside the cave, and every year Freemasons come from all over the country to attend these meetings, many of which include a ceremony for the advancement of a Freemason to the Master Mason level. And if that weren't enough, it also holds deep significance to the Paiute, who believe it to be the birthplace of creation. And there's more. The cave contains a geothermal lake that indigenous people believe to be inhabited by water baby spirits. And water baby spirits are extremely frightening creatures. They protect the waters they live in and pose as human babies and try to lure you in with their baby cries. And usually it ends in calamity or it's an omen of death. Pick your poison. Anyway, let's get going and explore this most frightening cave. To get to the Malheur Cave, you're going to take Highway 78 east from Burns until milepost 52. There, you'll take a left at Treetop Ranches, and from there, just follow the signs to the cave. The Freemasons only offer public access to the cave a few times a year, so it's best to plan ahead. There's no cell phone service, no bathroom facilities, and no dogs allowed. There were two incredibly nice gentlemen at the front checking you in and making sure you signed the waiver, just in case something happens. They don't want to be responsible. And my timing turned out to be perfect because I pretty much had the whole cave to myself. This area is just past the entrance, and it is probably the creepiest part of the cave. Maybe. The Freemasons hold meetings here every summer in August, and I'm not sure what they use this door for, but it looked a little bit ominous to me. But what do I know? And I think that's actually a baby binky on the ground lying next to it. I mean, doesn't everybody keep a freestanding door with a picture of a smiley face on it and creepy gorilla tape? It just seems slightly reminiscent to a horror film. And you know, I love just putting random concrete slabs in the middle of gathering areas. It even has a hole drilled out so you can mount a pole there. Because you never know what you'll need that for. Perhaps an impromptu tetherball game? The kayak you see hanging out in there is actually my kayak. Or Addie's, that is. It was the only one light enough for me to carry through the cave to the lake. These random pieces of wood you find lying around on the ground everywhere that have burn marks all over them are actually not from the Freemason rituals. They came from vandals who used to come in and try to burn down the meeting areas, which is why the Freemasons erected a gate and closed off access to the public. Now I'm just gonna do a little more investigating. And this lake is where the Paiute believe water baby spirits hang out. So here's to hoping I don't come across any water baby spirits. Because yes, they are as creepy as they sound. The only 2 people that were out on the lake exited the water when I got there. So I get to explore this creepy lake all alone, which is the way I like it. Being out here all alone on the water is the perfect place to tell a ghost story. Or how about a story from the past? I'm going to tell you the story of the Paiutes, the story of their creation. But don't blame them for the bad poetry. This is my own spin on their story. A long, long time ago, before humans inhabited the earth, before the great flood that destroyed all, there lived only the animal people. Surrounded by only darkness, you could hear them call. Whispers in the dark waters. We should create a land to raise our sons and daughters. Wolf sent Coyote to search for land, but he came back with nothing in hand. So the animals took turns diving into the great depths for mud to retrieve, until Mudhen dove and swam for days without reprieve. In her beak was a little mud and grass, such a brave little lass. Coyote complained with such a clang, "This land is too small." So Wolf, he sang and he sang, until the land grew wide and tall. There was room for them all. Still there was only darkness. They saw a small light, dim as a tiny candle. So onto each other's tails they hung, as if onto a handle. Onto one another they did hang. And then they sang and they sang. Bald Eagle was the leader, so when to the end they came, his head turned white. As he turned back to the others, his tail turned the same. From this great burst of light, it turned white as the snow. The place they came out is the place we now know, the Malheur Cave. All right, so check this out. Long rope leading all the way up to some kind of shaft. I knew they were hiding treasure in this cave. But you know, I love y'all, but there's no way I'm going up there. There are some things that I just won't do. And climbing into creepy shafts inside of a cave is one of them. We made it to the end of the cave, and I did not hear any water babies, but I did hear a lot of strange rumblings. It sounds like the earth is swallowing the lake. Now all I have to do is make it back out again. All I have to say is, wow, this was such an amazing and incredible experience. I would definitely do it again. And the only way it could have been better is if I had seen a sea turtle swimming under the water somewhere. Thank you so much for watching.